What's up, everybody? This is Jim from the Pain PT. How you guys doing today? We're going to talk today about pausing, not stopping. Pause, but don't stop. Okay, so what we're talking about here is as you're going through your recovery, I always talk about moving forward, okay? Moving forward through symptoms, moving ahead, not getting stuck. When we stop in our recovery, when we stop in our tracks or we get pushed back and then we stop because we have these symptoms that are just sensations from the brain, what happens is we reinforce to the brain that there's something wrong. And when we stop, we enter what's called the freeze state. Okay, we go into that freeze mode where we become stuck, paralyzed, immobile. And that is a fear state, guys, in you. So I want you to recognize if you guys are entering this stop mode where you feel like you need to stop, it's too much, and you can't move forward. Okay, so we want to come out of a freeze state always. We don't want to stay there very long. Okay, we need to recognize when we're going into freeze, which is stopping, okay, because we think the symptoms are too much or the sensations are too strong or we can't handle them. Okay, the idea is that you can handle them. Why? Because they're just sensations from your brain that are very, very uncomfortable, very, very painful, but they don't mean anything like a physical problem does. They're meant as a protective response to stop you because of danger and threat. Okay, and we need to take the cortex here, as you guys know, and see through that. Okay, you got to have this prefrontal cortex on, the light turned on, to see through this. And in a sense, it is truly a no pain, no gain approach. Okay, but what if somebody told you that the pain you have is nothing to be concerned about, nothing to be worried about? It's just something you have, you got to work through, you got to get through to get to the other side. And to be honest, a lot of people over my 20 plus years as a physical therapist, I worked with tons of people where there's a lot of pain, post-surgical pain, and we're working through pain to get better. We're not just working with no pain in the body or no symptoms in the body. Okay, so the idea that you can, you need to listen to your symptoms. Okay, this is another. You need to listen to your symptoms. No, you don't. Not with chronic pain. Okay, because chronic pain or chronic symptoms are generated mostly from the brain. Okay, at this point, not from your body. And so if you listen to them, what happens and you stop, what happens is you're reinforcing the symptoms. You're reinforcing the brain pattern that's sensing danger. Okay, so this is where people get tripped up, is that they start moving forward and get hit by a barrage of symptoms in their body, sensations, and they stop. And they say, I'm not doing that again, or I'm going to stop for a couple days. I need to take a break. And in my opinion, that is a mistake because, again, you're teaching the brain there's danger there. Okay, you're thinking these sensations that the brain is producing from the limbic brain that are dangerous sensations. You're listening to them, you're agreeing with them. And when you do that, you just reinforce to the brain that yes, there is something wrong here. Yes, I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't go out tomorrow and do the same thing I just did today. That was too much. So I stop. I go into freeze mode, and then that reinforces through fear that yes, there is something happening that's not good, they're bad. And so guys, we gotta separate ourselves from the symptoms, from the sensations. Again, you gotta really come from a core foundation that what you're feeling is completely benign and harmless and actually fine. It's just that it's very uncomfortable. It's a very strong protective response from your brain to try to stop you, essentially, right? To project the danger and fear. And you guys got to see through this, okay, for your recovery. And I've worked with many, many people, and I know this to be true because I've seen it over and over and over again, that the people who pause for a moment but don't stop will have the best recovery. Okay, so let's talk about pause now because it's not the same as stopping. So a pause might be as you're moving forward through something and you're getting a strong uptick of sensations or symptoms in your body, that you might stop and say, okay, let me take a breath, let me calm down, let me reassure my brain that, look, it's okay. Remember, this is just coming from my brain, that this sensation or this symptom is not what it appears to be. It's just an alarm going off in my body with no fire. Therefore, I just need to settle down, do a little reassurance, and then I'm going to continue to move forward. Okay, so in this way over here, if I'm over here and I want to get over here to my goal, what do I need to do? I need to start moving forward. And I might pause, okay? But then I continue to move forward. And I pause, resettle my nervous system, continue to move forward. What we don't want is this: forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. And a lot of times you end up taking 2 steps back and you're just spinning your wheels out. You're on a treadmill, right? Or you're not getting anywhere. 1 step forward, 1 step back, 1 step forward, 1 step back. And you end up, it's just like a snail. You're not getting anywhere. It's so painful to see in people, right? So guys, you got the diagnosis of what we call TMS, or brain nervous system derived symptoms. You can do anything, and you need to do everything. Okay, that's another talk for another time. I love that. You can do anything, and you need to do everything to get better. And Dr. Sarno said the same thing. He said, if you're limited in what you're doing, you're going to be limited in your recovery. Okay, because again, this is a brain thing, and it's all about your intention of the message you're sending. If you go into freeze mode, get out of it quick. Go into pause. Pause is a conscious thing that you do, where you consciously pause. Like I said, you've got strategies there. You can take a breath. You can reassure your brain. You can calm down. You can tell your brain it's fine. There's nothing wrong. You can get a little stronger and reaffirm, hey, I'm doing this. You're not stopping me. I know what this is. I'm doing it anyway. And then you keep, over here, you keep moving forward. Forward. Okay, but I'm pausing, right, along the way. Do not let the symptoms stop you guys. One of the biggest things, again, is you stop. And I see it time and time again. It's one of the biggest impediments to getting better is you get an uptick of sensations, and the next day or later that day, you don't do it again. You stop. And you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days off. Now remember, to get from here to here, you have to go through the symptoms, the sensations. You have to go through the storm to get to the clearing. The storm is benign, though. It's an internal storm, just like an external storm of rain and water. Is water dangerous? No. Is it uncomfortable? Yes. But the idea is you're walking through the storm, and you're pausing for a moment to recollect yourself and wipe away the water, and just like, okay, I can do this. I'm going to go. Stay calm. This storm will clear, but I'm reaching my destination, and you're not stopping me. Okay, so I don't run back to the house. I don't just freeze up in the middle of the storm. I got to continue to move forward. And if you guys can do this with pauses, not stopping, you're going to get better, and you're going to get better faster. Okay, so pause, don't stop. Pause, don't stop, guys. Recognize in yourself when you're stopping and not pausing. Recognize in yourself when you think it's too much and you go into freeze stop, and come out of it, recollect, and go forward, guys. You have to deal with these sensations in your body to get better. It's not acute pain. You don't wait for them to go away to get better. You go through them and they get better. That's how they get better. Okay, because there's nothing wrong with them. That's why we can walk through them. We don't need to listen to them. It's a false alarm. Okay, guys, take this message, put it into action. Action, action, action. This is an action step. This is moving forward. This is taking a breather and a pause to reassure yourself, to reaffirm what this is, that you know what it is. You're calling it out. The game plan is the same. You don't change the game plan. That's another talk we can do for another time. Just pause, take a breath, recollect, reassure, be firm at times, move forward. Okay, guys, I hope you're having a good day. We'll catch up with you next time. Bye-bye.